Alrighty, everyone, this is Terrence Tracy reporting live for Wow What the Fuck News Network. And as you can see, located behind me is the Talbot County Sheriff's Department. I've recently made a few calls out there investigating a few, maybe 2 or 3 anonymous tips I've received from citizens here in the local area of Easton and or surrounding towns. And I had just been completely stonewalled when trying to get any public information, file complaints on anybody I speak to, including Sgt Steve Hall, front desk lady Christy. I spoke to a major, and I'm not even going to pronounce his last name because I know I'm going to butcher it. And then there's also a Captain Bollinger who I'm hoping to speak to today while I'm here doing this interview. But as my anonymous source said, there was a few incidents regarding Captain Stephen Hall and a Maryland State Trooper who was recently busted for child pornography charges. Also, or I'm sorry, it is a trooper from the same department as that gentleman who has sexually abused a minor, and Sergeant Stephen Hall allegedly has done everything he can to help cover this up by hiding it in the paperwork, not allowing any complaints to be filed by the victim's parent, as this was a juvenile at the time of the sexual abuse, and anything else. It all stems from the fact that Stephen is friends with this gentleman and also friends with the woman's ex-husband. So as you can see, small town corruption places itself all over the state of Maryland, not just in Annapolis or Prince George's County. So again, this is Terrence Tracy reporting live. We're going to go inside.
Hi, can I help you?
Hi, how you doing? I'm looking to speak to Captain Bollinger.
Captain Bollinger?
Yep.
Can I tell him your name?
Yeah, it's Good Citizen.
Good Citizen?
Yeah, I spoke to a major somebody yesterday.
Major Mergenthaler?
Yeah, I didn't want to pronounce his last name. I knew I was going to butcher it, so
Okay.
I had spoken to him.
Captain Bollinger.
Yes, ma'am. I was informed that he was the person who I would direct all public information act requests to.
And that's correct.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you very much, ma'am. I'm sure we'll be doing a lot of waiting right now.
How can I help?
Are you Captain Bollinger?
Bollinger, yes.
Bollinger. Hi, sorry, mispronunciation. The major's name's already got me thrown off. How you doing? I'm Good Citizen here with Wait What the Fuck News Network, and I'd like to ask a few questions regarding your guys' Public Information Act request process and the ultimate stonewalling that I was given yesterday when attempting to acquire those public information files by the front desk lady Christy, whoever that may be. I don't know if that's this woman right here or not, or also Sergeant Steve Hall, I believe is the gentleman I spoke to.
Okay.
So yeah, I had some Public Information Act requests to submit when I first called up here.
I'll answer the best I can.
That's fine, and we'll get to that. But the next issue was the fact that I was told by Christy that she was one of the custodians of records when apparently she's not, because when speaking to Sergeant Steve Hall, I was accused of lying by saying that she was one of the custodian of records, as if I just made that up, when she in fact was the one who informed me falsely of that. So in kind of instinct.
My secretary, and she is one of the custodians. She is permitted to get certain reports for me, yes.
Yeah. Would you mind coming out here so we could, you know what I mean, so the camera could hear you?
The camera can hear me?
Yeah. It's already hard enough for me, but I'm sure that can't.
Out there?
Well, it's hard because I can already barely hear you myself, and then when I talk, it's an echo in here.
I'm fine here.
Okay. All right. So yeah, anyway, when speaking to Sergeant Steve, I then asked to file a complaint on him, and I was hung up on multiple times, actually threatened with felony wiretapping charges, even though I had to inform him how I was not surreptitiously recording any call, as I had informed him this is a recorded line when I first spoke to him.
That's not the law. You can't record someone that does not want to be recorded.
Well, I informed them. Like, for instance, let's say, again, sir, it's a public...
Consent to being recorded?
It's a public line, sir.
Did he consent to being recorded?
Did he continue the conversation with me?
Well, if he told you that he is not consenting to the call, then it is possibly you could receive criminal charges for that.
No, sir, I could not. I was not surreptitiously recording him. I informed him that I was recording on a public line.
Issue, but
Yeah.
Okay. We'll
Well, can I ask,
we'll have to disagree on that.
can I ask who owns the phone line that I called yesterday, the non-emergency number for Talbot County Sheriff's Department?
That would be Talbot County,
Okay, and can I ask who funds Talbot County?
the state of Maryland.
And who funds the state of Maryland?
Yeah, you're going down a rabbit hole. I mean,
The people, sir, the people, the citizens, the tax-paying citizens of this place. So that's not a private telephone line, that's a public telephone line funded by our tax dollars, sir.
Okay.
So no surreptitious recording was going on.
I would still disagree with you.
So I was denied under the color of law to file a complaint and redress my government for grievances on one of its public employees, stonewalled, and denied under the color of law to do that.
You have a complaint you want to file?
I do. I have some complaints on Miss Christie as well as Sgt Steve Hall. I also have some Public Information Act requests I'd like to submit.
Okay.
Let's see. I got one here that's already gone ahead and been typed out, but then I have one more that I need to submit just so everybody can see the document. This is a Maryland Public Information Act request. It does not have to be done on their specific form. It can be done on a CVS receipt if you choose to do so, as the Maryland Public Information Act General Provisions 4-305 permits. I also have another one that I would like to submit on Miss Christie, but I would need her name and title first before I could submit that.
No, first off, we would need your name.
No, sir.
Again, we'll...
The Maryland Public Information Act General Provisions, Chapter 4, I believe Sections 5 and 6 deals with submitting written requests. Nowhere on there is required me to put my name, address, or any other information. It only requires me to provide you with a return address so that you can submit.
That is a form that the Talbot County Sheriff's Office requires to submit.
No, I'm all good because so the law, sir, the Maryland Public Information Act request, as I just said, 4-305 General Provisions. And you check that out. I'll go print it out and bring it back if I need to. But yeah, I can submit it on any form I would like. There is
that we are entitled to come up with our own process, and
you're allowed to ask.
Also allowed to charge reasonable fees.
Yeah. So actually, if you read the bottom of there, in lieu of payment of your reasonable fees, if you check out chapter, I believe it is 7, is dealing with fees itself. It says that in the first 2 hours of gathering and delivering records is actually free. So if you read the records request, I've actually invoked those 2 free hours.
We can charge for those also.
Not for the first 2 hours, sir. No.
Any written report.
Not for the first 2 hours, sir.
Again, we'll just have to.
Absolutely, and we can go down that road with the state ombudsman if need be, because I will contact Mr. Kyle over there at the state ombudsman.
Many times, not a problem.
Yep, that's fine.
Right.
So yeah, if I could get Ms. Christie's last name and job title, so I could fill this
I'm
one.
not going to give you her last name.
So I could fill this one out properly.
I know who she is. You don't need it.
I don't though. It's public information though, right, sir? She's a police department employee. She's a sheriff's department employee, correct, sir?
Civilian. I am not required to give you that information. Sworn personnel, yes. Civilians, no, and I will not.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Gotcha. Awesome. We'll see how far that gets you. Now I can kind of see why your sergeant and the other people act the way they do. It's very telling.
Okay.
So yeah, as I was saying, I actually spoke to the major yesterday and I asked him to send me the complaint form via email, and he said he was going to do that, but then he didn't. So I called and I left a voicemail and he still didn't do that. So I was just wondering if I could also get that complaint form while I'm now here. Please and thanks. Now, mind you, I submitted these requests back in September. Here it is December. I've gotten no answer to them, as well as no complaint form in the email. Not that it needs to be on a specific form, but...
Well, I tried to give you our form and you pushed it back.
No, yeah, that's for Public Information Acts. I'm filing a complaint on the next one. I got my own for this. Got a couple extras if you guys want one to make your own copies. And was that a CH or KR? How would you spell her name? Christy.
Kristy.
Kristy. Title and salary with Sheriff's Department. Obviously, this signature is not as nice as the computer-generated one on my other request.
So her license
form? Or
Her title,
title?
her job title, like her exact title and her salary with the sheriff's department.
Okay.
Yep, I want to know how much money she's getting paid to lie to the people.
Okay.
Gotcha. I need that complaint form, sir.
Isn't there one right out there?
I don't see one now.
Be right there hanging on the wall.
Look over here.
This is the complaint form?
What is your last?
Where is like where's the area where I write my incident? The summary of the incident is, I kid you not, less than 1.25 inches wide.
Okay, well, you can add whatever you need.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll probably just type it up.
Submit them online.
Yeah, I'll probably just type it up and bring it back out here.
And you can do it online if you'd like. Just go to our website.
No, I know, I could, but sometimes, like how yesterday the email didn't get sent, maybe there was some sort of issue with like the internet and Google servers, because I don't want to assume your major would just tell me he was going to do that and lie to me strictly on the phone to then just not send it. I don't want to assume he would do that while also getting paid by the people to, not do it. So I'm going to assume it was Google, and I don't want to submit any other online forms just in case, you know what I mean?
You can bring them back, that's perfectly fine.
As the Maryland Traffic Administration likes to classify it, there's internal server errors a lot with, you know what I mean, files between the police department and other people. So I didn't know if that was a statewide issue or like.
I'm old, I'm not very.
Yeah, I try to do it, submit it hard copies. But yeah, so if I could get copies of those stamped as received and then returned to me, that would be sweet.
You want these?
Yeah, I just need them like stamped or signed as received and like a copy.
Yep, not a problem.
Yeah, front and back.
All right.
Gotcha. Thank you.
2 hours later.
Baseball season. You're exactly.
Thank you, sir.
What else can I help you with?
I guess that's it for the moment, brother. I will go ahead and type out my other complaint and submit that also via hand submission as well. I guess the only other thing I want while I'm here is I would like to inspect a record while I'm here. I would like to inspect the personnel file of Sgt Steve Hall.
That we'll have to look through that first.
Yeah, so chapter 4.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
spell whatever you want. You're not going to get it until I can review it and make
Well,
sure there's nothing in there that you can't see.
Well, so I can pull up the thing that says I'm allowed to
Whatever you
inspect.
want.
Yeah, but as long as you're the custodian of the record, I'm allowed to come and inspect it visually.
Not going to happen.
Why not?
Tracy, it's not going to happen.
Why is that, sir?
Because I'm not going to let you see it until I can look it over and make sure there's nothing in there you're not allowed to see. Because there are some things that you are not allowed to see.
His personnel file,
Yes.
which is public information.
There are things in there you are not permitted to see until I have time to look through it and take those out. I will not let you inspect.
Well, I mean, you're dressed casual. You must not be doing too much.
Thank you.
You must not be doing too much right now. We got time, right?
No, not going to do it.
Oh, man, it's Friday. It's not even 2 o'clock yet.
You can go ahead and send in a written request for that also, and I'll look it over.
All right. You sure?
I'm positive.
All right. I just realized I forgot my glasses, so sorry if I had a problem reading anything or I seemed a little off today. Kind of threw off my feng shui, bro.
No, you're cool.
All right, cool. I appreciate you, man. Have a good one.
Thank you, you too.
I know, like I said, the sergeant was a butthead on the phone, but you have been professional in the face of adversity today, so I appreciate your professionalism and at least you being cordial and cool like that. Thank you. Thank you, brother. What's going on, my man? Appreciate you. Thank you, brother.
Yep.
Have a good one.
You too.
Nice weekend.
Yep.
Alrighty, so that was our trip over here to the Talbot County Sheriff's Department. They were very reluctant to allow us to want to see the records there in person to inspect them. But it is what it is. I knew he wasn't going to do it. It's not like I can force him to do it, but at least now there's something I can go and report to the ombudsman as far as them adverting the legal process for their own personal use. But yeah, regardless of like how the people were yesterday on the phone, and I wish I had recorded those so I could have sat here and actually showed you that, but they were some butt heads, and at least he was professional and cordial and normal. And that's all you can hope for in today's day and age, is that at least, even if we're on opposite sides of the battle and we play for different teams, at least we can be amicable and be somewhat sportsmanlike. So I appreciate that from them. Is this on? Oh, it's because there's a dog in the back. That's why. Alrighty, squad. But yeah, until next time, be safe out there. Take it easy. Peace out.
I'm going in. A grammar to a cripple you. I hope you ain't got shit to do. A hit or two, a scramble you. So pass it like Campbell do. Mary Jane and Maryland, take you to the fairyland. One puff enough, get you stuck like a mannequin. Crack the Dutch, dump the guts, call it minivan. Cause I be packing blunts, something like a Mexican. My flow chronic, sonic like a hedgehog. And all these other rappers wanna rock like Snoop Dogg. Pussycat, I show you who the top dog. Treat you like a black widow, rip your fucking head off.